Good morning, it's just before 11 a.m. We are about to leave our motel here in Chalice, Idaho. This is day 6 of our honeymoon road trip. This is my lovely wife, Cassie, over here. And we've had a bit of a change of plans. As you can probably hear, it's raining. There's some famous and really beautiful hot springs about half-hour drive from here, north, that we were gonna go see. But then it's a 2-mile hike in, and it's going to be raining and thundering most of the day today as far as we can tell, so hiking a couple miles in the rain is not super fun. So I think we're going to leave those and a couple other things that we wanted to see in this part of Idaho for a future trip. So instead of heading north, we're going to go south to what I think is the largest natural arch in Idaho. We're going to hike to it. Along the way, we're going to be passing by Borah Peak, which is the highest mountain in Idaho, which I climbed several years ago. The plan for the day is generally to head east. We're going to go to Yellowstone tomorrow, so we're going to set ourselves up to visit Yellowstone. So we're going to camp close to the west entrance of Yellowstone tonight. So this is the storm we just drove out of. We've parked in this little pullout for a little while to check out Mount Borah, or Borah Peak, which is the tallest mountain in Idaho. I climbed it several years ago and went up, I believe, this ridge here to the top. It was in summer, so there wasn't much snow on this side. But these are beautiful mountains. I think it's called the Lemhi Range, Lemhi Mountains. And this sign is talking about an earthquake that was here that raised Borah Peak by 6 inches and lowered the valley by 9 feet, which is crazy. The sign is also saying that you can drive to a fracture caused by the earthquake, the big earthquake in 1983. It's 2.5 miles down this little dirt road, so I think we're gonna check that out. It's pretty good sized hail falling down. Okay, we're not gonna stay here long, but there was an earthquake here. I think this is the ridge that okay, back to the car. But yeah, this is the 12-foot high ridge that got lifted up by the earthquake. Okay, we haven't fully escaped the storm yet, so we're gonna get back on the road and keep going. We've stopped for lunch in Arco, Idaho, which is a little town whose claim to fame is that it is the first city to be lit by atomic power. First city to be powered by atomic power. There are a couple signs saying that. Also, there's a hill above town. I think it's called Number Hill. Can't really see it super well from here, but there are some numbers painted onto the cliffs. I think those are graduating classes, graduating class years. We've got some, we stopped by at a gas station to get some junk food to snack on. And then the road up to the start of the arch hike starts here in Arco, so we'll just leave from here and go up the road from here. I've driven through Arco, this town, once or twice before en route to other places on previous adventures, and I remembered there being part of a submarine here, but I didn't see it earlier when we were driving through, and I thought, okay, I guess I must have misremembered. But just as we were about to head up into the mountains, I saw it, or we saw it. Big, I don't know what this is called, I don't know. I'm sure there's a sign that says what part of a submarine this is. I don't know the name for it. But it's pretty large. It's a good size. It says, welcome to Idaho Science Center, the Hawkbill, Idaho's submarine in the desert. So I'm reading a little bit of information about the submarine here. It was launched in 1969. It was decommissioned in the year 2000 and scrapped soon after. And the sail, okay, so that's called the sail of the submarine, was shipped to here to be part of a museum. Okay. And then here's a torpedo that they have nearby. It's about 20 feet long. Okay, now we're going up into the mountains for real this time. I'm slightly worried that the storm that we've been outrunning is going to catch back up to us as we go up to the arch. So we've run into a bit of a problem. We're still about a mile, just under a mile from the trailhead, but the road got really bad, so we'd have to walk from here. And then the clouds are right at the doorstep. What do you think? I think so too. All right, well, this was fun.
We've been in that storm and it's not
we don't
like rain, it's hail and
we don't really want to be in this storm again, and we don't really have the time to hike up there with the storm coming. If we could drive all the way to the trailhead, it's only a half mile to the arch each way, so we maybe could make it before the storm really hits, but having to walk there too, it's not gonna happen. I guess let's just do a panorama of these mountains here. Cool mountains, cool cliffs. There's an arch in there somewhere. I think it's the largest natural arch in Idaho. That's what one thing I read said. It's like 80 feet wide. But I think it'll have to wait for another trip when we have more time. So we're gonna turn around now and then go back to Arco and plan our next move. And I know people are going to be like, oh, my Jeep could make it, my 4Runner could make it. Yeah, it could, but I have a RAV4, so I'm not going to do it. Someone always says that whenever I turn around because the road is too rough. Someone's like, oh, my whatever car could make it. I'm sure it could, and you're welcome to come here and do it, but I'm not going to try it in my RAV4. We spooked a little herd of pronghorn antelope here. We just got out of the Walmart in Idaho Falls. We've resupplied for the next couple of days. Got some drinks and yogurt and stuff for sandwiches and some cinnamon chocolate pudding that we really like. Cheese, pesto, all that good stuff. So as I was putting stuff away in the cargo box, I realized that these pieces are absent over here and over there. So it is not entirely secured. Not a good thing. So we went to Home Depot here in Idaho Falls, got a bunch of hardware to fix it. It must have happened after the storm today because nothing in there was wet. So I guess it wasn't up there for too long. It wasn't like that for too long, but still not great. Well, this pit stop in Idaho Falls was a bit longer than we'd planned on, but that's okay, we've got time. It's about 5:48. I think we're gonna go to a waterfall about an hour from here, and then head north from there and find a place to camp in the national forest somewhere. Well, I think we're at the parking spot for the trailhead. It's not marked at all. It's a bit more low-key and off the beaten path than I thought it would be. Certainly not a bad thing. I can hear the waterfall, and we caught a glimpse of it when we went past the parking area. Let's see if we can get a better view. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. That is amazing. And the rest of the Snake River and the light right now, this is just incredible. The waterfalls of Idaho continue to just blow me away. The state has some of the most amazing waterfalls I've ever seen. And there's no one else here, no crowds. It's incredible. Well, there are crowds if you count the hordes of giant mosquitoes. I've gotten bitten like 4 or 5 times. And they're enormous. So we're heading back into the car. We're gonna drive north and find a campsite, maybe check out another waterfall, just depending on how much time we have before it gets dark. Ew! I'm not kidding when I say these are giant mosquitoes and that I'm being eaten alive. Marked. Got one on my neck too. Oh. At least one, I don't know.
Who knows?
We're on the west side of the Tetons right now. You should be able to see Grand Teton out here, but it's cloudy, which is unfortunate because it's probably the most beautiful mountain range in the country, at least up there. That's okay, it's still a nice drive. We'll be passing through the towns of Victor and Driggs here on the west side of the Tetons. Jackson in Wyoming is just, you know, half an hour over the mountains here, but we're not going there. We're going along the west side of the mountains, north toward the west entrance to Yellowstone. Getting late, it's like 8:30. We still need to find a place to camp, but there are a couple of scenic overlooks for waterfalls near where we want to camp, so we're going to check out the waterfalls really quick. Wow, that's a powerful waterfall down there. So this is Lower Mesa Falls. Driving now to the second waterfall, which is just up the road, about a mile. Two very cool waterfalls. We just don't really have the time today to spend a lot of time here. But this is a great time of day to be here because there's no one else here. During the middle of the day, I'm sure this place is just packed. Trying to find a campsite now, driving down these little dirt Forest Service roads. We are in, I think, Targhee National Forest. Just looking for a place to camp. It's 9:18, getting dark. We still haven't found a campsite, but I've never had this much trouble finding a spot before. So we found a campsite, but it was just overrun with mosquitoes. We parked the car and turned off the engine, and I could just hear swarms of mosquitoes buzzing outside. Not a good sign, so we are back on the prowl. Okay, it's 9:40. It is basically just on the cusp of darkness. But we did manage to find a campsite. I don't know what this place is. Maybe there was like an old gravel pit here or something, but I'll give you a little tour. We're here, there's a fire ring here, and then there's this road that loops around and goes back to the road. The road is just on the other side of this right here. Not nearly as buggy as that last place. In fact, I haven't seen any mosquitoes here. Yeah, really happy and grateful to have found a spot, and now we're gonna get things ready to go for the night. So I'm gonna end the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's adventures. A little bit of a different kind of adventure today. Lots of driving, but saw some interesting things too. Some pretty amazing waterfalls especially, and basically we positioned ourselves so that tomorrow we can head into Yellowstone, and we're gonna get a pretty early start, like, I don't know, 6 or 7, get on the road. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's adventures, and let me know what your favorite part was. Thanks.